Katie Steinberg here with you with this week's message from Missing Piece. Want to let you know that this week coming up, we will be at the Labyrinth at Central Park. If you want to join us, you can find the info on Facebook or our website, Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter. And then the following week, we're doing this super cool cerebral event we're calling A Journey into Your Internal Boardroom. We have this amazing corporate strategist with us that's going to walk us through how we make decisions internally and externally, and what that has to do with our soul and our spiritual well-being. So I hope that you'll be willing to join us for one of those in the flesh, or if not, you can always join us here on Facebook or YouTube. But without any further ado, here's this week's message from Missing Piece. So it's surfing week, and there's some really obvious connections to a certain first century rabbi I'm fond of. There was the time where the waves got super messy and choppy and Jesus was all, "Be still," and everything calmed down. Or the time where his friends went boating without him and he just came walking up on the water. And while both of these stories are a stretch if we try to take them literally, there's this whole other understanding about the meaning and intention behind them. When I hear those words, "be still," I can't help but think of the messy, choppy chaos that crops up in my own life. The uncertainty, the self-doubt, the anxiety over kids and future and schedules and trying to be all the things I want to be, to do all the things I want to do. And just when I think it's all going to fall apart, be still. Take a deep breath. In a totally not cliche way that ignores the gravity of any of these things, it really is going to be okay. Take a few minutes to calm, to breathe, to be still. Yeah, that. I think I need reminding of over and over in my life of these things. And today's tragedy and challenge becomes tomorrow's or next week's or even maybe next year's triumph and formative moment of empathy and grace. We probably all need a bit more of that be still stuff. In walking on water, what if it's about rising above it all? What if it's less about defying the laws of physics and instead about how things aren't always what they seem? And amazing and radical things can happen when we don't let the norms and have-tos get in our way and instead focus on something bigger, something all-encompassing, something that matters so much more than the immediate swirling depths or the should-haves and ought-tos and the ways it's always been done. What kind of miraculous is possible then? On Sunday, I was so pleased to have Molly Miller with us. A few of you that have been part of, know that I've been a part of a cohort of creative social entrepreneurs doing spiritual formation in unique containers, whatever that means. It's a wonderful group called Crave, and I'll love to tell you more about it if you want to message me. But for 9 months, Molly and I journeyed alongside each other and a few others as we were nurtured in our leadership, in our calling, in our vocation, in who we want to be in the world. In that time and through conversations specific to our surfing event, Molly has shared with me her love of surfing. It's been part of her life since she caught that first wave at age 14. She recounted for me the sense of raw, powerful energy of the ocean, both awe-inspiring and humbling. She shared how the rhythm of waiting and riding is meditative, and the interesting balance between the skill and effort of the surfer and just how much is out of your control with each unique wave. Now, I don't know about you, but all of this speaks more broadly to me in echoes of our journey through life. The necessity of effort. Life won't just happen for us, but then just how very much is out of our control. The rhythm of action and waiting reflected in the seasons of our lives, and the awe and wonder, the magnitude of this amazing world, energy, God. Life in all its intricacy is both humbling and amazing. These ancient stories and our current moments living out are all deeply intertwined with the great truths of our existence. They reach forward and backward, informing who we are, how we live, and why any of it matters. So while it's not realistic that we can spend our whole lives being still, that wouldn't be living. Or our whole lives rising above all the chaos to walk on the water. But my deep hope is that our time together with Missing Peace, our time in these Facebook Live posts, resonates with the deep truths of our world and life. That the deepest parts of ourselves are nourished in a way that the rest of our chaotic busyness rarely touches. To experience a deeper level of this existence called life and hopefully resonate with the spark inside you and inside me and inside all things, God. After this word together, we surfed, and it was a rough day out there, but we persevered and learned new lessons with each wave we crashed into or tumbled beneath, or in a few cases rode on. If you want to know more about it, I invite you to look at the pictures on the Facebook page, and you'll see some examples. And another big shout out of gratitude to Molly Miller, who led us through the surfing, and she runs an amazing surf school. So if you're interested in learning, I'd suggest you track her down. Again, coming up this week, we'll be at the Labyrinth at Central Park. And the following week, we'll be journeying in the internal boardroom. And for more event details on those events, check out our Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter. Or you can text PEACE to 33222 if you want weekly updates. And of course, there's missingpeacecommunity.com with all of this information and more. We hope to see you in the flesh sometime. But until then, grace and peace.